In my golf bag is an iron that I've been looking forward to testing for quite some time now. So much so it could potentially find its way into my golf bag. Let's do it, and let's do it now. Hi everyone, James Robinson here guys. First things first, I'd like to warmly welcome you all to this very YouTube channel and to a video that's been coming for quite some time. Guys, this is the 2021 that'll do. I mean, if you've not guessed it yet, it's the new P790 Udi Driving Iron. Yes guys, that's right, it is time for the 2021 Taylormade P790 Udi. Now I tested the 2021 P790 irons recently and I actually gamed them for a bit. I really enjoyed them. Yes, they're not quite the perfect irons for me. They're a little bit low spinning, they're a little bit thick top line, they're a little bit big, but I really enjoyed them. And I've been gaming the older 2019 Udi ever since it came out. All right. We'll say hello because we've just been doing a video, but he's here, Fox is here. So, is it a gradual progression to the 2021 version? And should you upgrade from the 2019 one? We'll discuss all that in today's video. Guys, smash that subscribe button if you haven't done so already. And I'll also talk you through the tech and the specs of this 17-degree 2-iron monster. Monster.
Big dog.
Monster.
Is it a bit mucky?
Mike Lazowski.
Oh, Mike Lazowski.
So, first shot with the new model, and we are in the fairway just there. Now, usually, the holes that we're going to play this evening, I would hit driver and try and tear them apart and make the lowest score possible. Tonight, we're going to use this new toy, the Taylormade P790 Udi, and try and tear them apart and score as low as possible. So, what's new in the brand new P790 Udi? Now, I'm going to use a wedge here though because it's only about 80 yards. So the new model, as you can imagine, very similar to the new P790 irons, is a gradual upgrade on the previous 2019 P790 Udi. So we have Speed Foam Air, which is a much lighter, less dense speed foam to allow Taylormade to strategically put weight in different places to make it that little bit more forgiving, to make its performance that little bit higher. And the Speed Foam Air is 69% lighter than standard speed foam, which saves 3.5 grams, which may not sound a lot, because it's not, but be close, get left. It's a chance, it's a chance. So it's certainly not a wholesale change in the new model, but I quite like that because the old model's very good. And I say old model, I'm not going to call it the old model. I'm going to call it the not new model. Does that make sense?
No. No,
it doesn't make sense at all, but I don't like calling it the old model because, to be honest, if your budget doesn't allow you to go and buy a new £200 driving iron, and you can get hold of the 2019 one, it's probably going to be a good outcome for you. Udi features a thin wall construction and forged L face. Right, birdie chance. Tell you what, this ball's left 7 pitch marks here. It's interesting. Right, birdie time, come on. We often birdie this hole when you hit driver. What about with the new Udi? Turn, get in. That's one. That's one birdie. Guys, hit a like for that opening birdie and comment below how many we're going to have this evening, teeing off with the new Udi. Let's put Foxy under some pressure. Oh, sorry mate. Oh, was that practice? Go on, get it out. Delightful, look at that. What a player. You know what you're all saying? James, that's all good and well, but what is a thin wall construction and what on earth is a forged L face? Well, the club has a new 8620 carbon steel construction which makes the head thinner by, get this, 37.5% in strategic locations. That allows for a significantly lower CG placement, and the new thin wall design pairs with a responsive 1.5mm forged 4140 steel L face to promote supreme flexibility, fast ball speeds, while upholding that premium forged feel. I'm trying to get the forged on there for you so you can see it. Forged, because for me feel is a big thing when you are hitting a driving iron. Like I want to feel it in the fairway, ideally. Now, as you can imagine, the new model still features the through slot speed pocket, so you can maintain ball speed on those off-centre hits that are a little bit low on the face, which I get quite often, so it does make a bit of a big difference for me. And the new head even features 31 grams of tungsten located in the toe to give you what Taylormade describe as a massive amount of stability and forgiveness. So if what you're saying is this is basically last year's model with a little bit of a different finish on, which we'll come to in a second, with more forgiveness and more stability. So again, on this hole, usually with smash driver off here, I wouldn't usually hit an iron, but let's see how far we can get this down there. And again, potentially give us a birdie chance. And I can also hear you all screaming, but James, is it going to go in your bag? Is it going to replace the previous model? And I think I'll tell you in a few shots time. Oh, that was delightful. That actually felt a little bit firmer than what I'm used to. But for a reference, it's a lovely divot as well. But for a reference, aside from being a bit high on the face, that was nice and central. I might even clean that actually. So before we disappear, how much different does it look to the previous model? It actually looks, and I did think this about the standard P790 change, it actually looks a little bit bigger, a tiny bit thicker top line. And as you can see, we've got a slightly different finish on there. All in all, I think it looks good. I think it definitely looks a tiny bit, although there it even looks a little bit smaller. Smaller in places, I think we can say. I'd be very interested to see if there was a P770 Udi coming out. And if there isn't, and the guys at Taylormade watch this video and say, yeah, why is there not one of those? I want a cut of that, because that's my idea. So if one appears in like 6 months' time, yeah, come back to this video. So visually, looking at the new Udi Driving Iron, I do like it actually. I do like that brushed element. You can tell tonight the sun's a little bit low, so sometimes if you're into the sun, you might get a little bit of glare off the face on the old one. And that's the same with the entire P790 range. Just a little bit of thought's gone into it, which is nice. Now, I thought that this leaf was my ball, but it's actually not. It's quite a long way up there, and that's a lot further than what I actually thought it would be. So, in fact, it's a lot further than what I thought it would be. That's big, isn't it, that? With a 2-iron. Oh, did you? Well, it might be, actually. I don't know. No, I can see the pix marks from here. Now, that's quite an impressive distance. And I know this fairway is quite nice and dry now, but still. Makes you wonder why you hit driver on here, really, because how far have we got? Yeah, I'm going to chip an 8. Probably don't even need that, but it's just such an easy shot off the tee, that. Oh, how good is that? So just like the P790s, I think if I have to give you a verdict on should you switch, I think it's going to, look at the pheasant right next to the hole there. Just fade a bit, it's going to be on the green. Yeah, we'll take it. I don't think many people in the current model will be switching out of the 2019 Udi into the 2021 Udi, unless it's had, is that zoomed out? There we go. Unless it's had a lot of wear and you just want to kind of replace it, you're in the market for a new driving iron anyway. I think that's the same with the whole P790 range. I think the previous ones are still very, very good. Yes, there's some new stories behind the new range, there's some nice tech in there, but unless they're looking a bit battered, I'm not sure people are going to be jumping out of them straight away. Now, when I speak to all the brands, Taylormade, Titleist, Ping, Mizuno, Callaway, they all say, well, when we release a new product, it's not necessarily for the people that have bought the previous one, it's for the people who bought the previous one. And that makes sense. Although I don't think there was a previous Udi, but no, there was. So we've got this for birdie, second birdie in a row. And I hear what you're all saying, James, what are you going to do? Because you put the P790 Udi in the bag pretty much straight away. Are you going to do the same? It does look good, doesn't it? It does look a little bit more sexy, I think we can say. Are we switching? First of all, I'm going to apologise for the camera tripod being in the shadow, because I absolutely hate that, but the sun's that low, there's nothing we can actually do about it. And we're going to try and make second birdie in a row. Do you reckon? Bit of right to left, then left to right at the end?
Yeah, it's funny when it's down here.
I didn't think I could leave that short.
Neither did I.
No. Right, let's try and tidy this up for par. Last thing we need is... It was going right to left, you know. Last thing we need is a bogey. At the moment. All day. All day. You know what, that went straight into the Woolly Park logo. It looked really good.
Did it?
Mm.
That.
Yeah, I did enjoy it. You know, I proper randomly enjoyed it because it was like on the line of...
Didn't expect it.
No, it like rolled in and then just into that little ball there. Yeah, so it just looked really ergonomically pleasing. But anyway, back to the P790 Udi. So, I'm sure a lot of people are wondering, James, why don't you just compare the 2019 one, the 2021 one, and see if there's a big difference? I've got my own caddy now.
Just helping you out.
I'll see you on next team, mate. Just grab that.
I'll tell you now you push it. Hold on.
So why don't you just compare the 2019 model to the 2021 model, see if there's a difference, as small as it may be, then make a decision. So if you want to see that video, what do you think?
Definitely. Well.
Yeah, not for you, maybe. It's funny because at certain angles it looks smaller. Do you think it looks smaller or bigger, the new one?
Which one's the new one? Which one's the old?
The new one is the brushed satin with the black shaft. I should say as well, shaft-wise, they've both got hazardous smoke, but the new one has the hazardous smoke RDX. So very, very similar.
I think club head size, you are marginal difference. That one just seems a little bit thicker on the
yeah, but
sole.
from certain angles it almost looks the other way, but top line wise, I'll throw a comparison on screen now. Top line wise, I think the new one looks a little bit chunkier.
That's chunkier, definitely. If I were going to pick one up and say, oh, maybe I'll have a go.
The new one. There we go. High handicap opinion.
See if I can hit one. What was that?
Nothing.
Was that a snigger?
It was a... Now, one thing's for certain, I absolutely love having a driving iron in the bag, and when I tested even the new Titleist driving irons, the 1 iron, really enjoyed that. But for me, the P790 Udi is almost kind of the creme de la creme of driving irons. I've tested loads. I don't know what it is, it just feels the best. I said it, the best. So guys, just to add a little bit more context to the video, I know a lot of people will probably be commenting saying, that's fine, James, hitting it off a par 4 is all good and well, but what about off the deck? What about into a par 5? So off the deck into a par 5. So this has to be the best part of 250, but we are downhill, downwind. It's lying okay. Can we? It sounded incredible. It's a little bit left. And I reckon that might be down there, you know. It felt okay. And you may be wondering, James, why have you gone in the middle of the video and just hit a random shot into a random par 5 with the new Udi iron? Now, with the new technology that's in this club, with the tungsten weighting in the toe, that there very toe that you can see just there, it is supposed to give it a little bit more forgiveness, a little bit more stability, and a little bit more forgiveness and stability. So, let's see where that's finished. So we have the par 5 green here, 250 yards away, and I think it's safe to say that that is flag high. Does Foxy hold that? Oh, great shot. Let's see what we can make. This could be one for the tally. If we just pop this up and... Oh, go on. Oh, it's delightful. And that's where this kind of club, I wouldn't have a tap-in birdie here on a par 5 without a driving iron like this. I'm not saying it's because of the new one, but for me, I don't like hybrids. A 3 wood have been way too much. I'm not a huge fan of 5 woods either. So from that distance, I'm saying tap-in birdie. It's definitely not a tap-in birdie, but we shall make it anyway. Tapped it in, mate, yeah? You were going to just wedge it in as well. See, putters are overrated, aren't they? Now, let's get back to the actual event and the actual game. I'll get the 2 iron out again. So now we need a shot where we're going to play a little bit of a stinger. I actually have to take a little bit off it. So I do often with a driving iron. You don't always try and hit it as far as you can. I just like it as an option to kind of ping off the tee a little bit. Mind the pun, obviously not the ping. Lovely, fading a bit. And that's position A. So guys, if you're still here, get in the comments below and let me know you're still here. Let me know if you're enjoying the video, and also let me know what your thoughts on the brand new P790 Udi. Is it required? Is it needed? Will you be trying it? Will you be trying to look for a bit of a bargain on eBay for the 2019 one? I think for me, I don't think I'm going to put it in. Now, that's not because it's not very good, and I'm going to test it against the 2019 model and see what the difference is, because even if there's a tiny difference in there, for me it's a club that I hit that often that it could be the difference between maybe half a shot in a round, or a shot in a round, or half a shot over a couple of rounds. Now that in a medal or in a Stableford is big when you're playing off scratch or off +2, which I am now. Yeah, the cards are gradually bringing the handicap up. You want to you want every Tesco, every little helps. There we go. And that's another fairway hit, so quite happy with that. Opened myself up for an angle into this green. I think it's just a nice little 8-iron, if I do say so myself. Come on, let's try and get to 2 under. Would be nice. Just draw a bit. Back edge. Maybe I needed more dense tungsten or something. Who knows? Right, and that's a missed green. That one's run out a bit too far. Lob wedge. You off for a walk, mate? Well guys, rather fittingly, I think I'll tap that in with the new 2021 Taylormade. This is actually longer than what I thought. P790 Udi. Guys, thank you ever so much for watching. I really hope you have enjoyed that video. If you have, do me a favour, smash that subscribe button below. We're desperately trying to get to 200,000 subscribers this year. So if you're watching it, you enjoy it, leave us a like, smash the subscribe button, and comment below. Could you see yourself gaming the new P790 Udi Driving Iron? Apart from that, guys, I'll very much look forward to seeing you all exactly the same time tomorrow. Bye!